Welcome once again, this is D-Man with Quad V, bringing you League of Legends action. We're going to have for you, it is going to be the Go4LoL Cup 7. It is going to be HKEGG versus Team SoloMid. So for HKEGG, it is going to be Corki, Cho'Gath, Nocturne, Janna and Nidalee. As you can see, they are the blue team. And for Team SoloMid, it is going to be Gragas, Shen, Teemo, Taric and Warwick. Player-wise, for HK, it is going to be HK, MikakoTabe, FionaBest, sorry, should I say, perhapsTKY, and Whites. So for Team SoloMid is going to be ReginaId, Westrice, the Rain Man, Xpecial, and TheOddOne. So fairly beefy teams again from both teams. Pretty standard, it has to be said. The players that get used these days, they are becoming commonplace. We've got Cho'Gath as the tank. Nocturne's going to be jungling, so Nocturne, one of those new assassins that have sort of took over the jungle mantle, as it were. Warwick jungling for the other team. So we've just had a clairvoyance used, so now we can see all of the items that everybody has. So Warwick started with a longsword and a health potion on the jungling. Are they going to be cutting off? Nidalee's taking a peek. Remember, we are using the spectator function here, the replay function, sorry, not the spectator function, which is why we can only see it from the view of HKEGG, or HKEGG, I don't know, really, I don't know how we're going to pronounce it. I guess it's HKEGG. As far as I know, they are the Asian team in it, so they know they're all here, and at the moment, SoloMid looking for it. Now, the thing is, they're going to steal the red. If they're not, they're going to have to engage, or they need to go straight for the blue of their own. Sorry, steal for the blue, which is why Warwick's lingering there. They are looking around, and they're going to be wandering around here. So, if they want that blue, they're going to have to engage. At the moment, they're pinging a lot and saying, "Shall we go up around the top?" By the looks of it, but as it were, they did manage to at least get that ward in place, so they can see it. Needs to be careful not to give each other away yet. They're still, unless they've gone out around here, I would assume they're still lingering. Possibly in and around here. So they've moved position. They need to just wait. They need to delay. They no need to go. Clairvoyance goes down. So looks like they have completely backed out. So maybe they're just going to get a free blue here after all. They haven't taken any of the minions. So I'm guessing they thought, well, maybe they've gone to our blue, which is possibly... Yes, so there you go. So they've just gone around the side there. Will they steal the red? That's the question. We'll soon find out. So Nocturne picks up the blue without any inconvenience of it being stolen by SoloMid. Meanwhile, Corki takes his position up mid. Looks like it's going to be Nidalee along top. So Nocturne now, knowing that we saw Teemo down the bottom here. Corki needs to be careful. We're still all missing. There's Shen down bottom, so they are still around here. So he's been hit, he's took a lot of damage, which means, yes, they are going to go try and take a gank on Corki. Corki's going to have to get out of it, get stunned, but just right on tower, so managing to use that flash, just about to get away. No, so the red was on Teemo there. Nocturne's going to come down. Is he going to try to get a gank on Teemo as he comes up? River. He's going to take a look. There he is. No, it's just going to back away. Throw his Q out and back away. So red currently down. So Nocturne's going to lose a bit of jungling here. He did get the blue, but he's lost that now. Taric was around here. Taric's going to be the roamer by the looks of it. Meanwhile, down the bottom it is Cho'Gath and Janna, sorry, against Shen, which is a pretty strong pushing combo, it has to be said. Once Cho'Gath starts getting a couple of levels on him, and with Janna in support, they could easily push that tower. So Taric's going to roam. He needs to try and get as many kills as possible. Or at least not him get kills, should I say. He needs to help his team get as many kills as possible. As it is at the moment, he's staying out of lanes, helping his teammates get them levels up. Corki's going to have a fun time of it against Nidalee up the top here. Corki. Teemo, sorry, he's going to have a fun time of it. He goes in Viz and pops out again. Corki pushing Gragas in mid there. So getting quite aggressive. ReginaId is going to, just about missing that slow. The barrel's going to land on him. Taric's going to try and chase, but if that slow had landed, you know, it might well have been in trouble there. Just managed to Valkyrie out of it. Meanwhile, top, Teemo chases. Now he's been hit by the trap. Nidalee backs up and does a little bit of a backwards walk. Remember, we are taking it from the example of the replay of Corki. So money on the line, remember, for Go4LoL. It's one of those tournaments. You can check it out, National ESL. It is Cup 7. So these are played each week, every Sunday, I believe it is. And a good competition format, really. It's starting to get going. It's obviously only week 7. I think Europe's up to about 33. So Europe have had this one for a lot longer. But it's great because it keeps the competition alive. And really, you can have quite a large pool of tournament teams enter it. You know, compared to, say, the ESL Pro or the EMS, where it's very much limited on entry. So Nocturne's going to try and make a dash up top here. Tries to use his Q skill to get a little bit quicker. Doesn't get on it. I mean, Gragas is a very hard hero to pin down, isn't he? He's going to be... He's a very tricky, slippery customer. He's got that dash, which he just used on Corki. It's a good slow, but it's also a great escape mechanism. Meanwhile, Janna down bottom, pushing. So Taric's decided to settle in lane now. Still level 3. As Cho'Gath ruptures the ground, bounces him in the air. Meanwhile, at top, Nidalee's took a bit of damage here. So Teemo's pushing quite heavily. He's got a beefy minion stack behind him. And you're going to assume he's going to get a little bit of damage onto the tower here as Nidalee fights for a life to try and keep them away from that tower. Trying to last hit as best he can. Nocturne comes up. That's going to help him out, which is means Teemo's going to back away. He's not going to bother trying to put any hits on that tower. Meanwhile, Teemo down the mid. He's been ignited. I think he's going to survive that, no problem, though. ReginaId low on hit points as well, which is why Nocturne's going to come down, see if he can get hits on him. Nocturne's up to level 4 now. And ReginaId's going to be aware of that. Here we go. Manages to toss it out. Hasn't got the range in it. Hasn't got anywhere near it. And, well, he can just quite easily walk away from that. Not going to tower dive just yet. Taric is down here. Shen's gone missing this time now. Down the bottom. So Shen comes back. He's been back to base. What's he bought? He's bought himself a pair of boots. Meanwhile, they put a stun on Cho'Gath, but really it's the much ado about nothing down the bottom. I'll be amazed if we see any kills. It's going to be really down to a complete play mistake. If there's any errors down there, it's going to be more the mid and top, because these are two supports, 2 tanks, and really all beefy. If anything, it will be Janna maybe that will go down, but if she's going to keep a distance, then we're just catching a glimpse on Warwick there coming around. Is he going to try and have a pop on blue? Hasn't. Oh, has it respawned? It's 7 minutes 01, so it wouldn't have respawned yet, especially when he didn't take it first. Teemo took the red, remember, so that's exhaust used, and not really. Jeez, so exhaust kind of wasted there, I'd say, because Teemo, I don't think was in too much trouble. He was right on this tower. He's just... well, I was going to say, we see a mushroom down. We're showing he's level 5, which is some sort of evil hacks here. Nidalee's going to try and maybe launch one in a minute at him. We're not too sure whether these health bars are completely accurate. Corki's going to be looking round, so hopefully he'll keep peeking round. The more that the player looks around the map, the more updates we get on the replay. Meanwhile, we can see Taric position himself possibly to have a go at Corki. Corki needs to be a little bit wary of Taric down there. ReginaId low on hit points, but not that low. And there comes Taric. So is he just going to offer support? Is Gragas going to stay mid? Yes, he will. So Gragas using that Doran's shield, which is why he's able to just stay in lane a lot longer. It's not going to give him mana, so he's going to port back. Meanwhile, Corki on the awesome Earth Manatee mount continues to use his ulti rockets and pursue. Meanwhile, at the top, it's still continuing. Nidalee pushing as hard as she can onto Teemo, but Teemo's pretty tanky. Yeah, he's got himself 3 Doran blades here, so he's got a lot of hit points, 1,400 hit points early on. Meanwhile, Nidalee has yet to go back to base, so still just using that Doran's ring. Meanwhile, Nocturne is set. Oh, good catch. Can he get the ulti on? He will go for him. I don't think he's going to get it, though. He's tried to dive. He's going to get taken down by the tower, surely. And no, because Nidalee will do. Oh, it's a double kill. Well, Nidalee managed to get the kill and the first blood, but, well, Teemo's going to take the kill on Nidalee, despite the fact it was the tower that did all the damage, and Warwick also got the kill onto Nocturne there, so didn't work. Ulti dive on tower. It's always a dangerous thing to do. It's one of those things you always get tempted to do as well with Nocturne, but it really backfired on them there. A little bit unlucky the fact that Warwick happened to just be there. It's kind of one of those luck things. I suppose you could say, well, they should have had a ward there. They should have seen him coming, or they should have at least investigated it. They knew Warwick was in jungle. Meanwhile, Warwick's going to push top. He's surely going to get a bite or two onto the tower. He's going to leave, no, it's just going to leave the minion stack to push it instead, so he's backing away. Meanwhile, Corki and ReginaId as Gragas continue their duel in mid. Down the bottom, as Janna's been taking a bit of damage down the bottom here, so Cho'Gath has ported away. What's Cho'Gath been and picked himself up? Catalyst. So, at the moment, the bottom has continued. Meanwhile, Shen is Shen's not been back, so he's just got his boots and his door and shield still. So, Teemo taking a look at blue maybe there. But I think Nocturne's already picked it up, has he? No, he has not. Meanwhile, Teemo is going to get a dot on. Nidalee needs to be careful here. He's going to, misses the spear, which is what he was aiming at. Warwick's coming peeking. So they've got the... and he's... How did you see that? He didn't have Oracle on, did he? I'm sure I didn't see Oracle on him there. He took the ward down. Not too sure how he saw that. Maybe he put a vision ward of his own down. I didn't see whether he had or not. I didn't spot it. I think it may well be a dragon here. Nocturne's thinking it is. And maybe he put a vision ward down here. I didn't see... We can't obviously see his screen. We can't see where the ward is. I can only assume that's what he's done. Put a vision ward down at dragon. And then they came and took the ward out. Which is why why they're starting to circle this dragon. So there's 4 members of HKEGG, or just egg. I don't know what to call them really. It's a bit of a strange name. I don't know whether the HK stands for Hong Kong either. Maybe it does. I don't know. Knob HK. Maybe it's just saying, hey, it's my team. Me and my team. So they are going to go for dragon. They've managed to get the ward down at the back here. Yeah, so he didn't have Oracle on, so he must have put a vision ward down in around front dragon. I didn't quite see it, so they're going to go for it. Gragas is there. Can they get a steal? Surely Corki's going to try and get a blast in. I don't know why he's bothering poking. Maybe he can try and blast. Just doing a little bit of damage. Managed to think he just got the big one off in there as well, which is the 4th hit, as it were. So Warwick's going to go back and continue. They need to keep their eye on that dragon while the fight goes on down the bottom here. Janna's in trouble. Going to have to pop his ulti. Cho'Gath has backed out of this and really not offering any support whatsoever to Janna. Warwick's going to pick up the dragon, and really, I feel that Corki could have stayed in a little bit there, just ulted through and tried to get a steal at least on dragon. Get that extra gold, but they kind of gave it up. So Nocturne's now the target. Shen taunts him, doesn't manage to get too much damage on him. The stun goes in. Warwick comes around the backside. ReginaId also down there. Warwick's in trouble now. He's going to have to ulti onto Cho'Gath to try and stay alive. Shen's going to have to ulti on him to try and keep him alive. He's backed away. He's going to ignite on him. He's just about surviving. I don't believe it. Smite goes down. Shen does finally go down. Warwick escaped. And that was close battle. It could have been at least a double or a triple kill there for HK. And wow. Wow. Close stuff here. SoloMid just about hanging on. 2-2. They've got themselves a dragon kill though, remember. So they kind of have the advantage at the moment. Meanwhile, that mid has been left empty. Nidalee Teemo continue the duke it out up top as we get ported back with Corki. And fairly balanced stuff. So Madred's Razor's picked up now for Teemo. Meanwhile, looks like he's picked the he's gone for the pickaxe, so trying to get a bit of damage as well as the boots for Nidalee. Taric just picks up a bit of free experience in mid, gets himself some minions. Let's have a look at minions. Only 8 for Janna, as you'd expect, and 13 for Taric. So the support's doing their job. They're not stealing the kills, they're not stealing the gold. Nidalee's really got Nidalee and Teemo both keeping it high on the lot of last hitting. At 76 for Gragas, 83 for Corki. So Corki with that slight advantage in the last hits in mid. Meanwhile, down the bottom, you'd expect Cho'Gath to be fairly high. It was, 75. So, yeah, so he's a lot higher than Shen. A good 20-odd minions. So, a good 400 gold advantage for Cho'Gath. Shen just poking around, keeping Janna, keeping her honest, as it were, down in the bottom lane. Trying to push her out of experience gain. That's exactly what she's doing, just pushing her right out of zone, complete zoning. Janna's not standing for it, going to go straight back in, try and get a whirlwind, didn't manage to get anything with. So, meanwhile, mid. blue buff on Gragas at the moment. Gragas built, oh, he's got himself a needlessly a large rod, so he's gone, he's, must have picked up some kills in there, did he? No, he didn't. He's just got good farm and needlessly large rod and boots, so some good farm from Gragas, managing to get himself the ideal items at the moment. Now, well, Teemo's pushing heavily, and I tell you what, if he hasn't got ability based, so he can't, that dot's not going to do massive amount of damage, but he has got a lot of attack damage. Nidalee's going to come around the side, he doesn't want to walk into there because there's almost certainly going to be mushrooms in it. As Teemo continues to lay a field, Corki gets away. Valkyrie just in case. Taric gets a stun in there. Meanwhile, down the bottom, Cho'Gath continued to push. Up the top, Teemo is now being pursued. Oh, well, Teemo stood his ground and got missed the... oh, hello. She's in trouble. She's in trouble. Teemo flashes in, senses danger. She's going to have to try and get the heal off. Tosses out the spear. He's going to get away with it. Teemo, sensing a kill, was on. Went for it, but didn't get it. Used the flash in the process. And Warwick is coming up. He's still sticking around. Nocturne's not really been able to get anything here. So Warwick's going to return to Wraiths. And Nocturne comes around to take that ward out. So popped himself a vision ward down. You can always tell because they've got the higher hit points, or the higher drain as it were. Used to be the hit point tick, now it's just the mana drain sort of thing. So the other team can't see when it's going to wear out. So Warwick is pushing up behind Nidalee. Nidalee needs to be careful. He needs to use the reeds to her advantage, try and dash through. Is he going to get the ulti? The ward goes down in the bush, does use the ulti, does not going to hold her very well. And he's just going to run out of that one. We're seeing at full health, but we're pretty clear that it obviously took us some damage there, but I don't think it was a massive amount. Got a heal pot running, you can assume. Feeling very brave, so pretty sure Warwick is still there. Yeah, I was going to say, we haven't seen him go past that ward. He's going to continue to live still, but Nidalee's going to quite happily dash away. See that? There we go. Here we go. See the hit point blip go up there. That's the issue with the replay at the moment. But you know, it's better than nothing. So looks like Corki's going to be having the red for mid. If he eventually kills it, he will do. 257 crit there at the end. So Corki's starting to build himself some damage up. You can see he's picked up a mana immune already. Looks like he's going to get some Mercury Treads up there. Which he does. He completes his Mercury Treads. Teemo, meanwhile, has some good push on Nidalee here. He's not worried about when he comes pouncing in, because he just pops the blind on him, and then fine, I'll carry on. Then puts the mushroom back behind him as well. So just try and get him on the exit. Try and pop that mushroom on him. Instead, pounced it, and just the trap goes on it. That's going to get to see the mushroom. So, slight advantage Nidalee has with those traps. Meanwhile, Nidalee takes a wander down. He's picked up Malady. This is something I've seen Teemo's using a lot of lately. It's one of those items that was heavily used early days of the game, but has not been used for quite a while. So Teemo's going to back away. Both getting low hit points, just about missing with that. That could have very nearly killed him. Misses again with the spear. Not quite landing it. And Janna's going to come up and assist here. So they're going to try and push this top tower, I think, a bit. They're going to take advantage of Teemo's low hit points, try and force him out of lane, and then maybe push the tower. Oracle on Janna as well. So they're going to spot those mushrooms. That's exactly what they're doing. Meanwhile, down the bottom here, Dragon's got to be due. So Oracle, Clairvoyance use their spot in the team. Corki, I think he's going to try and blast a couple of ultis into the faces of the bushes. Yes, there you go, Dragon spawned, so they're bang on time. So they can see the ward there. You can see Taric on it. Shen's now coming up towards it as well, so he's pushed the lane bottom, which is going to try and force Cho'Gath out. Cho'Gath's going to come from bottom. They need to be wary. They're coming from a bit of a split side here, and it looks like SoloMid are going to give up on it. And the ulti comes out from Nocturne. That's a little bit dangerous. There was nobody anywhere near low health. They went diving in. Gets taunted by Shen. And I tell you what, SoloMid might well get a kill here. Yes, they will. HK going to have to blast him away. Janna using the ulti there to try and blast away. Corki's going to have to Valkyrie away. And, well, Warwick was trying to get his ulti onto Janna there, rather ignoring Teemo. Trying to get the ulti onto Janna. Janna was low hit points. Doesn't manage to get it. Taunt there once again. Meanwhile, that dragon, well, Warwick's returned to the dragon, continuing on there. So Cho'Gath comes down, tries to get all bullshit. Needs to go for really just forcing them out of the lane. Meanwhile, Warwick is again happily taking it. Can they get down there in time? They haven't really got enough damage on it. Warwick's going to have to back out because he's quite low on health already. They're going to try and dash in. Well, Corki's going to maybe get a kill here. Ulti's down on him. Can he get one more kill? Yes, he will do. And Shen's going to go down as well. A double kill there. And, well, it was Cho'Gath that actually picked up the double kill. So, well done to HK. Very forceful situation. Dangerous play, close play as well. A little bit unlucky not to quite get the ulti. Meanwhile, at the top, Nidalee, like I said, is pushing that tower. Teemo got dragged into it. And I'm not too sure if he actually got a kill in there as well. Teemo, yes, he did. So Nidalee got the kill up top while that was all going on Dragon. So Nidalee got himself a Ginsu's now as well. So Rage Blade. So the bottom tower now going down. Meanwhile, the mid. Oh, Janna's in trouble now. Janna's going to have to get away. She's got Nocturne there in support. And ReginaId is not able to finish the job on Janna. So Janna escaping a couple of times here with some much needed whirlwinds. And I think that was a flash that she possibly did there. Yeah, I think she used the flash up to escape. So that dragon is still there. They didn't actually manage to get it. So still no dragon kills for HK. It looks like they are going to pick up this one, although you can see again the team moving all in, and they're going to have to back away. This dragon, it doesn't half cause a lot of issues. Nobody wants to give up that 150 gold. Meanwhile, looks like they may well give up. Nidalee's going to have to dash up there. I was going to say they may well give up a tower while they are drawn away to this. So while it's all very well fighting over the gold of the dragon, it's not really going to help when you lose a tower. So Nidalee going to have to make a way all the way back up to the top. Teemo continues to push it, going to back away. So there's going to be a 4-on-4 down the bottom here once again. As it looks like Nocturne's going to be the target, surely. Oh, good rupture there from Cho'Gath, but I don't think he's going to have enough. He hasn't got a silence on cooldown now. He can't do anything about it. Meanwhile, Urgot. Where did it pull Urgot from? Corki's in a little bit of trouble here. Gets blasted away by Janna's ulti. That's not going to be enough. There's going to be surely an ulti from Warwick. No, I think he may well have used it a moment ago to take Nocturne down. He tries to chase on Corki. Corki doing his best. Cho'Gath's trying to fend them off. He's on low hit points now. Corki's going to back away. They could maybe tower dive and get a couple here. Nidalee's coming down to try and pick up some kills. Needs to be careful. Taric's going to be pushed on. ReginaId as well, escaping on Gragas there, but they're continuing to chase on Taric. Taric's low hit points now, does manage to get it. Cho'Gath stealing it with the silence there. Gragas is going to go down. Gragas gets Shen ulti on him. Shen's just coming down. Gragas managed to go down as well. Nidalee getting that. Meanwhile, Teemo's took the top tower. It is all kicking off all over the map. Nidalee's going to continue to chase. Not going to get a kill on Shen there. Going to back away, but he's got a big minion stack with him, so they're going to push on the tower. Meanwhile, the mid tower's now going to get pushed on. Oh, blimey, I need some breath. 21 minutes 42, and now it is all starting to happen all around the map. Meanwhile, Nidalee, look at the damage, starting to pour on the tower. Doesn't care less whether Shen continues to hit him. She's going to heal herself up. Exactly what she did there. Continues to push on tower. So Nidalee's got a lot of AP, a lot of damage. Picked up a Nidalee's Liard's rod and a blasting ward while she pushed away. That's from taking that massive stack up top and then backing away. Nocturne's going to have to back away from Teemo here. He can't face him. Nocturne's not had a good jungle session. Not managed to pick up any ganks. He's got no tower. And I believe he just used his fear on Teemo, which is why Teemo stopped. And, whew. Blimey. Mid-tower, meanwhile, is pretty low hit points. I don't think he's done too much to there, so minions do take that down mid-tower. And I don't think the dragon... I think the dragon is still there. I'm pretty sure the dragon is still there. Nobody actually got it, so really massive ward fights. And currently HK are just about coming out on top. It is very, very close, though. So there we go. You can see the wards both going down. Are they going to get the hits on it? Dragon is the focus once again as Warwick comes down and clears out that area. So Cho'Gath at the moment is doing an immense job. 4-0-1, picked up Force and Nature already, Catalyst and Megatron. So probably Negatron, sorry, not Megatron. No, I'm going a bit all Transformers there. So possibly Banshee's Veil going to come out from Cho'Gath. So this is going to be the dragon. There we go. HK pick up their first dragon kill. Bottom stack has a large amount of minions on it, which is why Nidalee's going to go down there. Meanwhile, Teemo continues to try and do a split push strat with SoloMid distracting. I think he just popped Ghost there, didn't he? He didn't. He just popped his skill, his run skill. So dashed away. So Teemo zipping around the map now. And Oracle on Janna is helping stop these mushrooms, really mushroom placement from Teemo, trying his best to try and split the enemy, basically see what's coming, using those mushrooms to try. Best keeps placing them down. It's got an Oracle. What are you doing? Stop placing the mushrooms. He's just going to kill them every single time. He's not happy about it, and this is going to be Teemo surely going down here. He's got Corki in with him, Nocturne on him. He's never going to be able to escape that. Oh, he flashed through, and Corki manages to use his Valkyrie to get away. Pops the ulti, doesn't quite manage it, but the ulti from Nocturne does finish it, and Nocturne finally picks up a kill. I think that maybe is, yeah, it's his first kill. So Wriggles on Nocturne with Catalyst, Manamune and Shen, so building a Trinity on Corki. So fairly standard builds. Double Hearts of Gold. Remember, we have the new patch now, so with the 250 gold, no armor on it. Nidalee continuing to push top and taking that tower up top as she continues to try and harass Warwick. She's been pretty well fed, it has to be said. Remember, she's had that lane all to herself. She pushed it quite heavily. Gragas is here. The ulti going to come down on her. Gragas is going to come in. They need to try and do a bit of slow control. Not going to happen. Flash use cut. Nidalee's gone. Nidalee's so hard to pin down. Very hard hero. Looks like it's going to be an early Baron here from HK. Can they get it? Yes, they will. Looks like, yep, there will be an early Baron. 24 minutes, and wow, I think it's just caught SoloMid completely out. They were too busy chasing Nidalee, which is, it's one of those, you can't catch Nidalee. She's got so much escapability. She's got the pounce, the flash on her as well, and yeah, and the ghost. So there's no way you're ever going to catch Nidalee. It's going to take a lot of stun power. Frankly, it's better just to target somebody else. So Cho'Gath is obviously never going to get targeted because he's immense now. He's got 4-0-1. He's got a lot of hit points. He's got really the items that he wants. Nearly just closing in on 3k hit points. Gragas has managed to get himself a death cap. So he's building more AP as he goes. He's up to 232 AP, but that tower is very low in mid, so you've got to assume that's going to fall soon. They have the Baron buffs, remember, so it's just a matter of poking and prodding, which is exactly what Corki's doing, using his ulti rockets to poke and pick down the enemy. Picked himself a Bazil as well, so almost completing that Trinity Force. The tower's going to go down. Meanwhile, there is 2 towers down for SoloMid, but HK really have the dominant position. 8 for the kills, and they're even on Dragon kills, but they've picked up that Baron, and really they have the push. They have the push power really to take those towers down. Cho'Gath, well, the ulti coming out from Gragas didn't really land anything. Nidalee's spear going in. Warwick trying his best to sniff out anything. They're a little bit helpless here because they've got the Whirlwind, they've got the Corki ulti and the Nidalee spear, so there's a lot of long-range poking available to HK just to really wear the hit points down, which is why they're trying to kind of go for it. The tower goes down. Can they get in there? Anything going to come from it? No, Corki flashes in. No, Rupture does go out, but it only managed to hit Shen, so Shen's going to back out of that one. And again, healing up. Janna and Nidalee, a lot of heals, a lot of hit points. I cannot see a way back for SoloMid here. I think they've just been outpicked, or it's not so much outplayed in lane because Teemo did perfectly fine. Really pretty much stayed even. Down the bottom, Taric and Shen were pretty even against Cho'Gath, but they haven't got the poke. They haven't really got the range. They've got Gragas to poke, but oh, they're going to walk straight into a trap here, and that's going to be Taric going down there, getting bitten. They're finished off with a silence, sorry, and Reginald in trouble here. Reginald being dashed away. Can he get the kill? Tries to ulti off. Meanwhile, Nidalee chases up top. Nocturne's in trouble. Nocturne's going to go down. No, he's got the heal from Nidalee there, and, well, Shen goes down. Warwick's going to go down. Well, the only man to escape is Teemo, and frankly, he's not going to be able to stop the push here. They are just going to go in, and looks like they're going to tank the turret. Yes, they will. Cho'Gath comes in. Who's taking the hit? Looks like Janna taking the hit. Sorry, it's Corki that's taking the hit. It's going to back out. Doesn't matter, really. They've got a whole team there. They've got a lot of heals, so they're going to continue on and take down that inhib. So good use of Baron as well here from HK, and really well played in the teamwork. They've picked the team to poke. They've got 3 pokers. Whirlwind's not so much. You can dodge out of the way of that. You can kind of dodge the I suppose the Corki and Nidalee, but when there's a combined 3 of them all coming at you at the same time, it gets a lot harder to dodge, and they were just working them down, grinding them down, which pushes them further and further behind the turret, and then they can just, you know, slowly work it down with the minions, and a lot of poke ability. So some good pushing so far from HK, and I've got to say they are hot favourites. 12 kills to 4. Massive advantage. They've managed to take the inhib. Many towers down. Only one inner turret left now at the top. Meanwhile, they've still got their outer turret and 2 inner turrets standing. you've got to assume they're going to get the next dragon as well. So SoloMid need to back up, consolidate. They could have really done with just holding out on that base turret. Let's see, it's sometimes the problem when you're losing that inner turret. If you go overextend, which they kind of did by pushing out to the reeds, you know, it was a pretty clear trap, I thought. But you know, it's all great with the benefit of 2020 hindsight and all that. But so I won't be too harsh. We've seen the hit point glitch. There we go. Finally seen it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's one of those things where you face check a bush and you know the other opposition is close by, and they're going to do it again. They're going to do it again. I don't believe it. So Gragas did it though. Gragas at least has the ability to get the hell out of there when he does face check a bush. So really, they could have just done with. They had to stay on the tower fight. They were 8-4 down at the time, and now it's 12-4. And they're just going to keep poking. So, well, Cho'Gath's going to go around the side. Tower goes down. Can he land the rupture? Yes, he will. Oh, Taric just dodged it nicely there. I think one went round the side, which is where Cho'Gath was trying to cut off. It was Shen, but he went completely down the bottom. So, minion stack coming in. They're going to continue pushing. Baron has now worn out, but look at the poke. You've got Nidalee launching spears through, Corki launching rockets through, Whirlwind's whooshing through. They're just trying their best to stay away and try and keep the minions down. I mean, they can't even pick off the minions. Teemo's trying his best to try and spot the minions, but meanwhile, look, they're just poking the tower down. That's all they're doing. There's not like a massive amount of damage until sooner or later SoloMid get impatient and one of them just gets caught, and maybe it's in a rupture or a silence. So there we go, rupture goes down. They do catch 2 on it. That's going to be a lot of damage. So now Warwick's going to have to back out the fight. They're going to continue to get that tower down to half. That tower's going to go down incredibly quickly. And now Teemo's in all sorts of trouble. Rupture goes down, doesn't quite land it. Nocturne pops his ulti, chases down, doesn't manage to. Corki gets the kill. Nocturne's going to have to back away. Teemo goes down, gets eaten by Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath backs out. Meanwhile, they tried to take a valiant ditch onto Nocturne. Shen there really should have stuck with his team. Inhibitor's going to go down. GG comes out from Cho'Gath. So 15-4, 2 inhibs down. Super minions in base. Tower's going to go down. This is going to be good game to HK. And well, SoloMid just got outplayed, outpoked, and very well done to HK. So really good teamwork. They came together well. Nocturne didn't even get any ganks in mid really. So the well, you can see the items there. You can pause it and have a look at yourself. That is GG. Whew. Pretty fast-paced action. Once it got going, it kept going, and the HK kept the pressure on. Sometimes you see teams that will just back out. You know what? They'll get a few turrets and then they'll sort of resort back to solo-ish play. But they managed to continue it on. So well done to HK. This was the Go4LoL Cup. This is D-Man bringing you League of Legends actions. Whew, I'm a little out of breath, so I'm going to go capture a drink. Please feel free to subscribe and leave your comments in the channels.